Members of the press, as you can see, we are gathered here today in Naivasha as NARC Kenya, discussing how to reconstitute our Nakuru branch, starting with the Naivasha Gilgil area after the last general elections. We have deliberated on several matters concerning governance in the country, and I'll read our brief press statement. We call out the Ruto regime for the callousness in handling or mishandling the doctors' strike, thereby causing untold suffering and loss of lives of citizens. At the heart of the strike is the plight of intern doctors who are being left to stay unposted and unemployed for over a year, and in some extreme cases for 7 years. And when they are posted, they are grossly underpaid. This is happening when our health facilities are seriously understaffed. In other words, we really need the services of the interns who have now not been posted. It's also happening when our health facilities are ill-equipped. It is unconscionable for the regime to continue splashing taxpayers' money on non-essential luxury items like motor vehicles, new pavilions in State House, fancy umbrellas, to name but a few. So I'm saying it's unconscionable when they continue to splash our money to enhance their already pampered lives, while neglecting to listen to the cries of doctors and citizens, and indeed all health workers who serve the bulk of the population. Our conclusion is that the lives of citizens do not matter to this regime, and that their priority is their own comfort and that of a select few. We condemn this in the strongest terms possible. As Kenyans, we deserve better. The fertilizer scandal is yet another demonstration of callousness of this regime, selling fake fertilizer and seeds which are believed also not to be good enough, therefore fake seeds to farmers, is wishing hunger and death for Kenyans, and especially the vulnerable, who are the majority. The fake fertilizer haste suggests a deliberate scheme to lower food production, to increase food insecurity, in order to force starving Kenyans to be at the mercy of food cartels. It is a sadistic act by those entrusted with the task of making the nation food secure. This shows that this regime does not care about its citizens, and its aim is to send Kenya to its deathbed, as food security ought to be at the heart and as a priority for any government. Do we deserve this as Kenyans? That's the question we must ask ourselves. We are also concerned about land grabbing that has risen to an all-time high. That thousands of families in the Bibi farm within Naivasha can be dispossessed and face imminent eviction without a word from the regime is surprising, as it is sad. We are staring at the making of a humanitarian crisis of great proportions. But alas, for the Bibi, it is Ruto himself who is said to be the buyer in quotes, of the 5,000 acres from a Mr. Kipkulei. The curious questions that beg for answers are: when did Ruto acquire this land? How much did he pay? What was his source of money? Because hatujui kama ako na shamba ya pesa. We just want to know that he was a bona fide purchaser. So what was his source of money? Did his due diligence inform him that there were over 40,000 families living on the farm? Because that is something that is known to any member of the public. Is there any special reason that Dr. Ruto's ownership has only been revealed when he captured state power? Why not before? And now that he has state power, could he consider removing the GSU from the BB while ownership issues are sorted out? Otherwise, it appears that there is high-handedness when the man sitting at the helm of the state is unleashing GSU on hapless citizens who are also waiving title deeds. He tells us he has title, but so do the people living in the BB. How will it be arbitrated when he is using state power to drive these people away and to make them fear? We are saying that we want to see fairness in that dispute, and him having sworn at Kasarani to protect, to obey and defend the Constitution. This is a litmus test. Obey that in the BB, take your GSU away, take your security forces away, go to the court of law, take these people to court, and let the court arbitrate. Yes. Do not bring court orders which you sneaked, or your people sneaked and got at night when the BB farmers did not know. We are there to defend them, and I have actually offered my services as senior counsel. We cannot leave the people of the BB unprotected. Yes. We are also concerned by the business environment that has been fouled by the over-taxation, the punitive taxes to citizens amidst diminishing accountability, embezzlement, corruption, and diminishing services in each and every sector. Are we safe as Kenyans? That is the big question. Any government is meant to create an enabling environment for all and create a vibrant economy and environment for businesses to thrive. This toxic business environment in Kenya is making very many businesses, very many investors, both local and international, to close businesses. And those who have opportunity are relocating elsewhere. With the businesses closed, jobs are going. At a time, thousands of youths are unemployed. This is a great shame, and these are signs of a regime gone rogue. We finally want to say that as citizens, we have residual power to address the situation now, because we can recall our leaders. We also have the power of the ballot to address the serious deficit in leadership. Our call is that we come together as citizens of goodwill for the sole purpose of ensuring that Kenyans have value-based leaders, not selfish, inward-looking leaders who leave the vulnerable being trampled upon by a regime that is beginning to mimic the colonial regime, taxing Kenyans in a punitive way and almost withdrawing services, because diminishing services is like a withdrawal of services. So we are saying the time is now, Kenyans. We have the power to do this. We reserve to use it during the ballot, but even now we have the power and agency to say no. And to say enough is enough. Asanteni.